I'm so glad to be talking to you. Can you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Katy Kirby, and I'm talking to you from outside of Austin, Texas, in my grandma's house, old house.
Wow.
Wow.
Um, I'm Justin Barney talking to you from inside of my house in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And Katy Kirby released the greatest album of 2021, Cool Dry Place. And I'm obsessed with this album, Katy. I love it.
Thank you so much.
I love it so much.
Oh
And
my God.
I'm glad that we're talking because we've talked on the live streams. So
Yes,
I'm glad to talk to you in person, kind of.
for sure.
So you're going to play some songs too, which I'm excited for. Should we just start with a song?
Sure. Yeah, let me.
Slim. Oh my God. Sounds great.
Yeah. I had a capo and I put it it's in my lap. Would you like me to start with?
Oh my God. This is my dream come true. Can we start with Tap Twice?
Oh yeah, easy. Easy.
Wow, this is my dream.
Gracious and severe lying next to me. When I don't know if you're sleeping, but you ought to be. I just wanted to protect you with your shaking hands and no shoes. I just thought that you might grow to understand. I tapped twice on your door frame and you let me in. I tapped twice on your forehead and a heart of yours. It seems like you're only alive when you're holding your breath. Only right when you're broken in half. When we met a few years back, you didn't want to me. And I left oranges in your bedroom like an offering. And I see you in the future. You look just the same but older. And I wave to you, but I don't slow my pace. I tapped twice on your door frame and you let me in. I tapped twice on your forehead and the heart appears. It seems like you're only high when you're holding your breath. Only bright when you're broken in half. And I almost broke my wrist trying to bring you back. And you thrashed around like goldfish in a garbage bag. It seems like you're only high when you're holding your breath. Only bright when you're broken in half. Thank you. I'm like not monitoring my own audio right now, so it was a very like King's Speech version of that song where
Oh my God.
I could only hear myself through my headphones. It was kind of fun.
I could hear it and it was wonderful. Thank you. That was great. So you're in your grandma's house? And
I am.
that's how it takes.
Well, I mean,
what are you doing there?
So she's not. I mean, she is so alive in spirit, but
Yeah.
not really. I am I've been like traveling. I was in Alabama helping with someone's record. I was visiting my siblings in Chicago. And so I'm back for like a month, just like at my parents' house. And so there's like a little cottage on their place that my grandma used to live in that I am occupying currently.
Wow, that's sweet.
Yeah, it's cozy.
Are your siblings are in Chicago? Are you from that area, or are they?
No, they went to school at like Wheaton. So they're outside of Chicago
Okay.
in Wheaton, Illinois. But no, I'm from here, which is like Spicewood, Texas, outside of Austin. And so my family's lived here for 15 years. So cozy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you close to your family then?
Yeah, for sure. I love my siblings. They're geniuses. I'm the oldest. We were like homeschooled for the first bit until like I started going to high school. So we're tight. I like my parents. They're cool.
What do they do?
My dad's a like intellectual property lawyer of
Wow.
some kind. I don't know exactly. And my mom like has a law degree, but then stopped practicing when I was born. So she got ordained recently as like a minister. So that's big news.
Wow.
But technically nothing.
And why were you homeschooled?
Great question. I don't know. I mean, I think, well, for one, it's really easy to homeschool in Texas. There's like virtually no laws about how you have to do it. Whereas in other states, you like have to do testing and stuff. Wait, what did you say?
Texas. Just
yeah,
like,
exactly.
No rules.
Texas
No
is like,
rules.
literally do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Don't teach your children to read. We're not going to stop you, actually.
Right.
Which is troubling, but also, so a lot of people homeschool in Texas because it's just really easy to do. And so I think it was definitely like religiously motivated to some extent, where like public school is like people are giving blowjobs in the back of buses. Can I say that on radio?
Sure.
Who knows? Okay, cool. It's not a curse word.
It's not.
So I think that was part of the impetus to start homeschooling. Yeah, and then eventually we started going to this like sort of very conservative, tiny private high school, like half an hour from here.
Who were your friends at that time? I think homeschooling, I would think you'd have like friends on the block maybe, but I think that would be difficult to make friends at that age, or to have friends.
Oh, totally. Well, yeah, and we're also like, there's like, I think our nearest neighbor is like a miles walk away. So because there are so many homeschoolers in Texas, because it's easy to homeschool there's also like little groups and stuff that like meet once a week to like hang out. Or like some of my best friends growing up were also like homeschool kids, and then also, youth group reigns eternal. So very churchy sources for the most part in terms of like good hangs.
Yeah. I also went to a private school and was raised very religious. Do you carry that with you?
In what way?
The religion part?
Yeah, I mean, yes. I certainly know more about the Bible than I will ever need to know. And I think it made me value ritual, and like especially communal ritual, like,
yeah,
as not exactly an end into itself, because like sacrificing animals is also communal ritual, but like, I don't know. It has given me an appreciation for how weird people how weird people can be, or like from what sources we can find some sense of like centering, and it can be all sorts of places. So
Yeah.
if that answers the question.
Yeah.
I don't think it does.
I think it does. My favorite part in church was singing, and now
Yes.
when I go, I'll go with like my mom and dad every like twice a year or something like that, and I still remember all the songs, and I'll be like,
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy that not only are you supposed to sing, you are encouraged to sing, and I will like sing as loud as I can because I think that it's a funny loophole that no one can yell at me, and I'm like, it's encouraged. And also just I remember going back after like not having been to church for years and being like, wow, singing with a group of people is rad. Like this is moving.
It is. Yeah. No, I think that's the main thing. Like that's just objectively moving, and like surely just good for your brain in some way that we haven't quite pinned down scientifically. But yeah, like, I mean, this church can definitely be toxic and stuff, but at like a base level, just like hooking up with a bunch of people every weekend and like all singing a bunch of songs together has got to be like kind of good. We should just start doing it, but like with Pavement songs or something else like that.
She says we should do this after she's formed a band and released a record.
Oh yeah,
that's we'll
true.
Be touring it. So
I forget that touring exists.
How come nobody is playing songs?
Why is no one talking about this? Why are people not gathering? Oh my god. Yeah, no, that's fair. Very fair.
Okay. I think that we're ready for another song. Could you play Portals?
Oh yeah.
Could we talk about Portals first?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think that Portals is the best song that has been written in several years, and it is one of my favorites. I memorized all of the words to Portals so that I could sing along with more feeling. Like, and I haven't done that with a song in like years. And I was like, it was incredible. And I think that part of that is like, it's 2 verses, you know? It is, and I think that like makes it all songs are 3 verses, you know, or like most of the time. And I think that song has so much momentum into each one of those 2. Why did you like structure the song like that?
I don't know. I think part of it was just, it felt like the most like emo song I had written, or not emo, but like just the most like emotionally like open or messy or like raw or something, that I was kind of uncomfortable with it. So I didn't want to prolong that discomfort for longer than I felt like I had to. Yeah. So part of it was just like getting in and out and like not making someone listen to my feelings for too long. Basically, if they were going to be like that, the hardcore. And then a friend of mine, Blake Goldberg, who's also a songwriter, like went through a phase where he wrote, actually he still does write a lot of like 2-verse songs. And I would be like, why would you not write a 3rd verse? And there is something about that format, like maybe because it doesn't feel as symmetrical as a 3-verse format, that I don't know, it feels like mysterious to me. And I think like Hannah Reid of Lamelda does this really well with a bunch of songs on M for Empathy. I think a bunch of those are 2-verse songs, or they just feel like they don't feel unfinished, but they feel condensed somehow. And so that's always like that was just a really cool trick to me. So
Yeah. And there's just so many lines in that song that I love, like, are, yeah, we're cut on the knuckles, but at least we're open wide, I think is like one of my just favorite lines. Could you, you know, the crux of the song is not forgetting that you are portals. And what do you mean by that line?
So I mean, kind of, at least, that, I don't know. I feel like every relationship I've ever been in, like sort of like big ones or just like little short ones or whatever, uh, most of them I haven't really been able to like go back to like the exact person I was before I entered into that relationship, which is like kind of dumb on, like, as a concept, honestly, because literally you wake up every day and whatever, where you can't step in the same river twice or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like a very complicated concept, but I feel like especially in relationships, I always like wind up in a new place, whether I had a good time or not, and maybe especially if I didn't have a good time.
Yeah.
There's like a write-up of like Joni Mitchell's Blue album that I think is literally just called Blue, where they talk about like Joni Mitchell like just dating a bunch of dudes in her earlier career, and they describe it as like, quote, like as a form of, I think, self-surgery is the way that the writer describes it. And I just remember being like, huh, weird. And like there is kind of something like, if you really want to like go through a bunch of stuff and like learn a lot about yourself in a short period of time, like maybe date a bunch of people, whether it's a good idea or not, because you will learn something, probably. And that's selfish and shouldn't be done solely for that purpose, but like, yeah. Anyway, so I was in a relationship that I knew it was about to end, and I knew it was definitely going to result in like some like new version of myself, or which, oh god, that sounds so annoying.
No,
But yeah.
that's,
No, I mean,
yeah,
it's not annoying as a concept. There's no way to not say it in an annoying way. But yeah,
I agree. And sometimes I'll get out of a relationship and be like, I want to be that person that I was, but you cannot, you know?
Yes, totally.
And like accepting that you have changed, I think, is part of that. Like, this is who I am now, you know?
Yeah.
And then you are different.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah.
Yeah. Can we do portals?
Oh, for sure. Also, for the record, the cut on the knuckles line is my favorite line also. So
It's unbelievable.
You're right. You
it
win,
is.
actually.
I mean, it really, and so it took me like memorizing the lines to sing them to understand it and to feel it. And then I was
no,
like,
totally. You're like,
this is, yeah. Okay.
okay. I'm an alternate universe in Target lingerie. Your country song in 3/4 time. I can see through diamond on a clear day. Tastes like black grapes and chlorine, and something else that I can't name. Maybe I could describe it, unless you make me, I won't say. Mm. If we feel apart, will we be stronger than we were before? We had formed ourselves together in a temporary form. And if we reunite, will we still know the thing that we had learned before? When our boxes, doors, or borders, we were born. Arms form a circle, and sometimes when they take that shape, suddenly I'm in a tunnel, headed to another state, where a hand bumps to a pane of glass to get the handle on the other side. Yeah, we're caught on the knuckles, but at least we're open wide. If we peel apart, will we be stronger than we were before? We had formed ourselves together in a temporary form. And if we reunite, will we still know the thing that we had learned before? When our boxes, doors, or borders, we were born.
And that's it.
And that's it.
Oh, thank you. You're also like, when it makes sense when you said at the beginning that you had to like make your own metronome, because you're like, it's so loose on and off the beat, you know, the like, and I love that. It is like, it feels realer, you know, like you're, I don't know. It just like, it is not set in stone, you know, it's like, it's moving.
For sure. Well, it always did feel like a very internal song. Like I wouldn't, nobody played it with me for like a really long time. When we did the like live stream of the album, that was like a 13-hour day. It was
I'm
very,
sure.
very long. And
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't supposed to be a 13-hour day, but it was. But like all of those people in the room, like playing the like vibraphone or
The singing saw.
The singing saw. Oh yeah, Alberto with the singing saw. Like, has not happened before, but it was that was a very like wonderful trust fall moment, kind of, because yeah.
And there's so much ambience in that sound. And on the album, there is, I was like, you know, looking at the credits, it's like, I think every single person is credited with
Ambience.
with ambience.
Wait, actually, I see something cool.
Yeah, dude. What if I was like, no, I don't want to see something cool?
No, I don't want to see something cool. So I just realized I'm like sitting underneath like the set of glasses that we used on the.
Wow. So how did you use these? You around the rim?
I know. Yeah, it was a lot of around the rim. Someone was like holding one like this and kind of like hitting it, the inside of it with a mallet, sort of like a bell. And there's like, so there's one of these that has just like a hole, like just punched out of it. Weirdly. But we didn't break more than that one. So yeah, it was a lot of like those specific glasses and some forks and like stuff we found in the garage. So yeah.
Wow. Also in that, when you're playing it, there's the part where you say, you know, something else that I can't name. Maybe I could describe it unless you make me. I won't say. Could you describe it?
No, for real. I mean, like, I'm kind of lying in that line. Like, you can't make me, because I truly, I don't know. I mean, well, yeah, no, not really.
Great. The album is 9 songs, 28 minutes. It is an exercise in constraint. And I think that's one of like my favorite parts of it, and why I've listened to it so many times is like, I'm going on a walk, I'm going to listen to the entire thing. You know, I am going on a drive, like here's the whole album. And there's so much in it, you know, like when you did the live stream, to see all the like instrumentation and all the people and all the things. I mean, there's got to be such a temptation to make this project that contains your life more than half an hour long. I'm glad that you didn't, because I think it's perfect. You know, was that difficult to not have 10 songs or to not go too long? Was that a consideration?
Honestly, no. I think I was worried more about coming up short, because like I have never written a song that's longer than Cool Dry Place. And like I write songs pretty slowly. Like I think I average like one every 3 months or so.
Sure.
Getting a little bit faster, but not much. And so I don't know if it's just like some sort of like internalized like shame or whatever, but like I cannot make myself, there's like just some sort of, I have like a little clock like ticking inside me that's like, if I've been on a stage for more than like 25 minutes, it's like we're done. Like nobody wants to watch. Maybe it's I just have a very short attention span, but like I don't want to watch anyone do anything for longer than 45 minutes. Like I can't name a single. I mean, that's not true. There's some artists that I would maybe watch for more than 45 minutes, but I just can't. I do have ADHD, so that may be just like I'm medically
right
impatient. But yeah, I don't know.
I get that. I mean, that's good. Yes, I think that's true, and it's read the room. You know,
Well, I've also
maintain the
played
momentum.
shows with. Yes, well, and I played shows with like bands of, not gonna lie, they've always been dudes, who there will be like 6 people in the room, and they will play like a 50-minute set, and it's like, who is this for? Like, surely you're not even having a good time. What are you doing? I mean, yeah.
That's funny and so good. Well, we're gonna go a long time too, so now I'm like, we should wrap it up. We're on 30 minutes here. I do want to know the secret chord in Secret Language. I think that's such a clever line too, bringing in that little reference to Leonard Cohen. I mean, assuming that it is, right?
It is. Yeah, no. I'm not gonna lie. Someone asked me this the other day. I don't think that I knew. I couldn't have told you that Leonard Cohen wrote that song at the time I wrote Secret Language, for sure. I will say, interestingly enough, the person I wrote Portals about, like, cried in public when he heard that Leonard Cohen died. So there's some Leonard Cohen going on, and obviously talking about Joni Mitchell. So yeah, may the circle be unbroken. I don't know what the secret chord is. I feel like it's this one. I feel like it's a D major 7. If I had to pick.
It is.
I am not the Lord.
Let's update the Wikipedia page. It is. That's what it is.
Just an annotation.
Can we end on Cool Dry Place, which is the song that I'm gonna rip open the pit to at the show? I remember listening to it and being like, this is the song I want to be in a pit with my friends at a Cactus Club with, you know.
Oh yeah. I don't know
we haven't done that song live except for on the live stream, and I'm not sure how we're gonna like tour with that song with like 3 people or 4 people trying to make that noise.
It is a ripper. It is, yeah.
The guy who mixed it, like it's the closest to a ripper that we've got on the record. For sure.
It is.
The guy who mixed it, Bennett Littlejohn, like as he was like finessing the final mix, but was like, what if we take like the entire like audio signal of the entire song and then like filter it some way and just sort it and put it on top of the noise part. So the like really like swirly texture that's kind of sitting over everything is literally like the entire song.
Wow.
Like compressed and then like refiltered over something. He's a freak. He did most of the happy stuff.
That's wild. That's so cool. That's so awesome.
I wish I could explain it better, but I don't know anything. One of the boys could. Just another episode of tenderness in a long, long string of similar events, like a chain I wear around my neck. That's the only part I want you said. Can I come over? Is it too late? Would you keep me in a cool, dry place? If my head on your shoulder, not too much weight. Would you keep me in a cool, dry place? And with all that my extra hides and cones, I see that the rhythm's more important than the melody. 10 segments in an hour. Only so many ways that you can pull apart someone. Can I come over? Is it too late? Would you keep me in a cool, dry place? If my head on your shoulder, it's not too much weight. Would you keep me in a cool, dry place? And once the dust has settled, then you'll know that you're gonna get more of me than you bargained for. All the ways we can go wrong. Will we ever get that far? Can I come over? Is it too late? Would you keep me in a cool, dry place? If my head on your shoulder, it's not too much weight. Would you keep me in a cool, dry place?
It is a banger. It is like cool, dry place. Like I like hits hard, you know? Yeah. Thank you.
It is enough of a banger that I don't know how to do. I don't ever know how to end it when I'm doing it alone. I'm just like, well, it's over now.
Okay. 2 more questions. What I never found out what the song is that you were singing in the picture on Instagram. Did you reveal it?
Oh, no, but I will happily reveal it on air because literally no one will ever guess it. The guessing is over. So it was April the 14th, Part 2 by Gillian Welch. Do you know what that is?
I know
It's
Gillian
on
Welch. I don't know if
Revelator.
I know that song.
It's like this rambling, I think it's like 5.5 minutes long. It's about like Abraham Lincoln and like this like dust storm in Oklahoma and the sinking of the Titanic. Like woven throughout this like sort of like central narrative. It's a brilliant fucking song. And also April 14th is my birthday.
Oh.
So that is the song that we're losing our minds to.
What is the central narrative?
The central narrative is like, oh, and Casey Jones also is something. So there's like 4 historical incidents that happened on April 14th that she's talking about, and also like, she was
The 5th, including your birth.
The 5th, yeah, and Katy Kirby
Let's
was
not forget.
born in Houston, Texas. The like central narrative is like she just like sees this band at like some terrible venue somewhere. It was like the line is like it was a 5-band bill, $2 show. I saw the van out front from Idaho, and the girl passed out in the backseat trash. There was no way they would make even a half tank of gas. And then at some point she like sings the line, "I wish that I played in a rock and roll band," like in reference to that. It's like a very weird, beautiful song. It's, yeah. Anyway, highly recommend. Weird to rage to, but we did. That is what's happening in that image.
You were raging to it. It was.
We were raging to it.
I was like, this is either the saddest song in the world or it is Who Let the Dogs Out. You know, it is like.
Oh yeah.
It was one of the two. I'm glad to know that it is the saddest song.
It's that song.
Well, I was going to end by asking you to talk about a song so that we could come out of this on the radio with a song, but I'll come out with that one. I mean, that's great.
Oh yeah, that's going to be amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. That's it. And I will be conscious of our time because we're almost at 45 minutes. And if you said you don't want to see anybody doing anything more than 45 minutes, we shouldn't go over that.
Haven't watched a movie in a decade.
Katy, thank you so much for making Cool Dry Place. It has made my life better, and
Dude, thank you.
It is what I am always searching for, which is
Oh my God.
great. So thank you so much.
Bless you.